Am I audible? Online guys, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you
Audible,
are
sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Or mobile apps testing on Android operating system. Right? This is the target which we are going to achieve today and tomorrow workshop. Right. What is mobile apps? How do we conduct the testing for mobile apps? Okay. What additional things or additional testing types we need to absorb? Okay. As a manual web application tester. I hope you all are manual web application testers, right? So what additional things we need to absorb so to become a mobile application tester? Right. These are the targeted items for the discussion. What is mobile app? How do we conduct mobile apps testing? And what additional testing types we need to absorb as a manual web application tester? Right. So what is mobile application? An application which will reside on a mobile phone.
Mute lo petna kuda.
Right. So an application which will reside on a mobile phone is known as mobile application. I hope everyone is familiar with this, right? So whatever you install into your mobile phone is known as a mobile application. As a user, whatever the application you install into your mobile phone comes under mobile apps. So this is not a new term or new keyword. So to surprise you, why? Because you already familiar with mobile apps as a customer or user, right? So now we need to understand how do we test these mobile apps. How do we test these mobile apps? So you know about manual testing approach. Another one is, you guys familiar with this, right? What is manual testing approach? With the testers, naked eye, and intelligence, we are evaluating application under test. We are evaluating the application under test to make sure are we meeting the customer needs and expectations. So if you are justify or you are judge the application is correctly meeting the customer requirements or customer expectations, then it is called manual testing. If you are supposed to validate it, it is a manual testing. So if you are taking Some tools help to evaluate whether it is meeting the customer needs and expectations. Then it is comes under automation. So tool is not an intelligent. Am I right or not? So to educate the tool to do our work, okay, we need to provide instructions. We need to provide instructions through some coding language. Am I right or not? So that is the reason we are much scared about the automation, right? Right. So what are the tools available for mobile automation, mobile apps automation in the market? I don't want to train you in the automation. You don't want to worry about it. So we are trying to do manual testing only, but we are just understanding what are the tools. Appium, which is similar to Selenium, Catalan, Renorex. Okay, these are the famous tools which we can able to automate our mobile application through coding. Right. So these are the two approaches we do have. So we can, so in this workshop, okay, today and tomorrow, okay, so we would like to understand how to test mobile apps, okay, manually on Android operating system. In the next workshop, we can able to focus towards iOS, right? As we are targeting only 2 days, and this particular workshop will help you to prepare your resume in the mobile application area, and you can able to crack your own interview. So, but it is limited to only Android operating system. I'll give some tips and tricks to make this for iOS as well. But our project will only comes under Android. So this is the target of this workshop. So we can able to do manual testing on Android apps. Why we are selecting Android? So 90% of the students, 90% of the testers have their phone as Android. Okay, right. If you have iOS phones, let's ignore. Okay, we can able to continue with Android apps testing. I'll give you some cloud devices to conduct the testing as well. Right, this is the overview or synopsis about this particular workshop. So we are here to learn about mobile apps testing through manual approach. Is it clear? That is the target. By tomorrow end of the day, we are in a position to understand what is mobile apps, how to test these mobile apps through manual approach, what are the different testing types which are only applicable to Android apps, which are not relevant to web application testing, which we already have, right? So that is the differences we need to identify, understand about Android operating system, and we need to conduct the apps testing on your mobile phone. Everyone is having the Android phone, or at least phone. Without phone, I don't think no one is available, right? So we would like to download the applications and conduct a testing on your phone, right? As a customer, what we know about mobile apps, from there, okay, we can able to jump onto testing. As a customer, what we know about mobile apps? First one, we have a application store. We have an application store to download and install the mobile apps into. Is this statement is true? You have any questions this? Anyone have confusions? Did you practice this or not? Yes. So we have majorly Android, iOS operating systems in the market. Android is economy, iOS is costly. Android and iOS, two mobile operating systems which we are familiar in the market. Mobile operating systems. Okay, so mostly Android and iOS. So we have two operating systems in the market, leading operating systems. We have many. We have Kaizen operating system. So we have Samsung Bada operating system. So we have Nokia Migo operating system. So we have so many different operating systems available in the market. BlackBerry, BBOS. So, but majority stakeholders are. So this is what the famous in the market, right? Right. Android is from. iOS is from. So Android phones will have Google Play Store. Am I right? Apple or iOS operating system have App Store. So this is the supermarket for your apps, where we can able to download and install your applications as a customer. Okay, we are not worrying about the customer. If you know the customer, so we can able to take it further step into testing. So Android apps will have the extension of APK. What is the extension of Android applications? APK. Android Package Kit. APK. App Store contains applications with IPA. iPhone Archive. Okay. So these are the extensions available for your operating systems. What is the Windows extension? .exe. Exactly similar to that. Android have .apk file. iOS have .ipa file. Right. And to download these applications from Google Play Store, we need Gmail or any email ID. Am I right or not? Or at least to activate your mobile phone, we need to have a Gmail. Usually we are using Gmail, right? We need to have a Gmail ID where we can able to activate your mobile phone. That email ID is mapped with your Google Play Store, all the applications which is already installed. Right? This is the existing story like a customer. We haven't started testing. Right? Don't worry about it. That is what we are already familiar. That is what we are dealing and we are revising. Next, to activate iPhones, we need to have Apple ID and sometimes we need iTunes. Right? This is about the Android and operating system basic classification. Android is an open source operating system. Open source operating system. If you accept, okay, open licenses, then you can able to create or you can able to launch your mobile device with Android operating system. That is the reason Android phone with Samsung, okay, LG, Oppo, OnePlus, HTC, all these vendors, okay, providing the mobile phones, okay, with Android operating system or customizing Android operating system, releasing the mobile phone. Am I right or not? So either directly using the Android operating system or else they are customizing their Android operating system and hand overing to our customers. Is there any difficulty to understand this? No. So Android Android operating system comes with Samsung, other vendors as well. Why? Because it is an open source operating system. Why it is available to all the vendors? It's an open source operating system. That means free of cost to use. Right? You can able to customize their code. Your developers can able to customize Android operating system code. Next, coming to the iOS. It is a proprietary operating system. That means only Apple phones or Apple manufactured phones or tabs like iPhones, iPads, iPad minis, iPod touch, okay, etc. Apple watches, all these things will allocated to iOS operating system. So Android, we can have a multiple manufacturers, but iOS, one manufacturer, that is nothing but Apple. That is the reason we can call it as proprietary operating system. So no one else will use operating system called iOS. Only Apple phones or iPhones we can call it as, okay. So those only will able to use it. So Android phones we have with many vendors. Why? Because it is an open source operating system. You can customize that operating system for your internal usage. So that is the difference between Android and iOS. So that is the reason we are, so as Android is open source operating system, we are using that for our testing purpose in the today's and tomorrow's workshop. So this is the brief introduction about your mobile operating systems. Right. So we are using Android operating system for our workshop. So to do so, we need one Android phone. Okay. And we need to have basic understanding about software testing. Okay, like testing types, testing methodologies, like smoke testing, sanity testing, retesting, regression testing, and moreover positive testing, negative testing, happy path testing, non-happy path testing. Okay, SDLC models, waterfall model, V model, Agile. Okay, so this will not change. Whatever the document, whatever the information I documented now, so will not change. There is no change in the, okay, software testing types. So whatever you understand, there is no change. And we can reuse all your learnings in the mobile app as well. Right? So there is no change in the below mentioned concepts. What are the concepts? Testing types, testing methodologies, positive testing, negative testing, happy path, non-happy path or unhappy path, SDLC models. Okay. STLC. What do you mean by STLC? Software testing life cycle includes test planning, test design, execution, test closure. All these things will not change. The only change is test environment. The only change we are using is test environment. Earlier, in your web application testing, what do you mean by web application testing? We need to conduct www.qualitythought.in. Am I right? It is a web application. So we can able to test on the web application like qualitythought.in. So now, okay, we moved from web application to mobile app. That means two changes. One is web URL to APK file or iOS file. If it is an Android operating system, we need IPA file, right? Or iOS file, or we can call it as, we know it, right? Then we can able to make it as IPA file. Next, second one, we use laptops. We use laptops to conduct a testing on www.qualitythought.in. Now, we moved from laptops to what we are using? Mobile phones. So these are the two changes with respect to test environment. Rest of the things are same. We have test cases, we have execution, we have bug life cycle, everything is same. There is no fundamental changes between mobile apps testing and web application testing. Just we have some few considerations or extra milestones, extra points we need to learn. Is it clear? So the target of the today and tomorrow's discussion is how we are transforming our web application testing experience or learnings into mobile apps testing. That is only the target. So we don't want to discuss everything from scratch. Whatever you have, we need to consume that, and extra milestones we need to add to our testing. Right? So how we are using the mobile phones, APK files, what do we do as a tester? Right. One more change. As a customer, we are using, okay, Google Play Store to download the mobile app. Am I right? Is this true, guys? Are you using the mobile phones or not? Right. So, a small change here. Our developer will share the APK file through distribution channels. Okay, like SharePoint is nothing but a URL. Google Drive, Hockey app, okay, iTunes, okay, etc. So finally, as a tester, you will receive the build through an URL. Okay, so developer will share a URL. If you click on that URL, APK will be downloaded. So definitely we can share some URLs for your reference. So you don't want to worry about it. Today post lunch, we'll have a practice sessions on how to download the APK file from different distribution channels. So earlier as a customer, what is your best practice? Open the Google Play Store. Enter your search keyword. I want WhatsApp. Search for WhatsApp. Install WhatsApp. So let me show you that. Google Play Store. So open the Google Play Store. Open the Google Play Store and we can able to search for the apps. Right. I want some application. Search, click on search. Right. So you want Red Bus. Okay. So search for Red Bus. So this is what the way of search for the required application in the Google Play Store. Right. So as a test, so just a recap of our previous discussion. What we had. First point, we need to understand okay. So what are the operating systems? So we have, okay. So what are the operating systems we have? Android and iOS. Next, what are the extensions? Application extensions for Android and iOS. Android for iOS. Okay. So what are the application stores available for the customers in different operating systems? Android, Play Store, iOS, right? Next, can we able to conduct a testing on mobile browser for the APK files? Can we able to conduct testing on mobile browser for APK files? Yes, no? No. We need to install the APK file into mobile device and then conduct the testing. Am I right or not? Are you familiar with this? Yes. What are the changes between web application and mobile apps? Okay. First one is browser is not at all required to conduct apps testing. Instead, we need to install APK or app file into the mobile device directly. Is it clear? Second thing, what is the second one? We do not require any URL to conduct a testing. Okay, your application is locally installed, okay, and can be launched from shortcut. WhatsApp, you can able to tap on the shortcut, right? So how we are using the WhatsApp, our application also same, right? And one more thing is laptop is replaced by so because of this change, screen size comes to the picture, right? Okay, so laptop screen sizes from 14 to 17. Our earlier days we have monitors, there are bigger size. Now most of the mobile phones from 4 inches to almost, and we have tabs. So these are the two structures. Okay, so 4 to 7 inches, 7 to 11 inches. 4 to 7 inches we can call it as mobile phone. 7 to 11 inches we can call it as tabs or tablet, iPad. Okay, iPad mini. Okay, Samsung tablet. Okay, so those are the comes under tablets. So mobile phone and tablets. So this is just a prerequisite. We haven't started our course yet. So all these things are what we need to be already familiar as a customer. So is there anything new? You know APK file, you know Google Play Store, so you know laptop, you know mobile phone. Is there anything new? No, right? So just we are adopting or you are revising all the basic concepts. All the basic concepts. Right. Now come back to mobile apps testing. So what is the important thing? What are the important testing types we need to consider for mobile apps testing? Before jumping into that, so I have a question. Is mobile apps testing okay required to release into the customer hand? If yes, why? Why is it required? We are dealing with the apps. Okay. to meet the customer requirement, to meet the customer expectations, we would like to conduct apps testing. Am I right? This is a basic definition of software testing. Now, in addition to you have reviews in the Play Store. Am I right or not? How much impact it is creating? If your application is really worse, everyone is doing that. It is app is crashed every moment. It is a user's application. Everyone giving the same review. Can you install that application as a customer? Any chance? Can you try and take the risk? So that means reviews plays a vital role in mobile apps. Am I right or not? So that is the reason we need to be very cautious and we need to be very careful while conducting the mobile apps testing. We need to be very careful and cautious while doing the mobile apps testing. So web application testing, do we have any reviews? Like this, we have any supermarket for web applications? No. If customer comes to Flipkart, if he is not interested, okay, he can able to go with the Google reviews, not the Flipkart reviews, right? Now this is directly just below the customer download option. We have a review and ratings. Is directly impacting the customer a lot. So that means your responsibility is more as a tester. Am I right or not? Is your responsibility is more compared to the web application testing? Mobile apps testers need to have more responsibility to provide the quality or not? Why? Because it is directly impacting the business, right? These reviews directly impacting the client business. Am I right or not? So as a tester, we would like to, okay, take this as a challenge and prove that we did a great job in testing. No more issues in the application. To do so, what do we do in the software testing? That is the discussion. Or mobile apps testing. If you want to show that much confidence at the go, no go day or go live day, then what kind of information at pre-hand we need to conduct? So if you are a tester, if you want to give that confidence, okay, what kind of additional care or additional, okay, information so we need to provide to your customers or clients? We are a bridge between client and customer, right? So what additional things we need to add to your testing life cycle? That is our discussion. How to do it? First one, we need to test this application all possible mobile devices. You are using Android 11. I am using Android 12. Some other person using Android 13. Okay, some other person using Android 13 with 6 inches screen. Android 13 with 4 inches screen. Android 12 with 5 inches screen. Android 11 with 4 inches screen. How many combinations we do have? So many combinations. So can we able to do all these things? Can we able to do all these things in your manual testing approach? This is your question. So we have around 50 members in the class. All are having the same Android phone. We have 50 devices. So that means if you want to conduct a testing, 50 testers, 50 devices, how much revenue or how much investment we need to have? We need to purchase 50 devices. We need to hire 50 testers. 50 testers need to have the same kind of knowledge on the application. Is it much easy? So the mobile application testing is a tedious process. So we need to have lots of combinations to consider. Okay. So we have 14 inches laptop, 15 inches laptop, Windows operating system, Linux operating system, or Mac operating systems. So we can mainly use Windows operating system, right? So we have 4 or 5 browsers which we frequently use. But here we have different screen sizes. Android have multiple versions. Samsung operating system which is using Android is different. Okay, so Vivo using Android operating system is different. Poco mobiles using operating system is different. Why? Because Android is an open source operating system. Everyone have their own customization. Oppo is different operating system, different menus. OnePlus is having different operating system, different menus. Then how do we do all these things? Is exhaustive testing is possible? Is exhaustive testing is possible? Or 100% testing is possible? Absolutely not. At least we need to consider few of them, right? So the difficulty here is screen sizes, operating systems, and their versions. Okay. So how many operating systems we have in Android? How many Android operating system versions? We do have. To have this information, so please visit www.developer.android.com. Let's open this URL. Sir, I'm not a developer. Why do I need to open the Android developer website? Yes, I know you are not a developer, but we need to take the help of developers website. You don't worry about the development. Okay. So just a recap to get back to the normal state. We understand 2 operating systems in terms of their extensions, okay, their application stores. Okay, we understand what kind of environmental changes we notice, okay, between web application testing and mobile apps testing, right? Right. What are the extensions are? What are the extensions here? Android APK file. App stores. Play Store. Coming to iOS. IPA file. Come into the Play Store. What kind of environmental changes? Instead of URL, we use APK or IPA file to install in local mobile phone. Am I right? Next. Do not require browser. URL to test. Instead, we use the application shortcut. Okay, placed on your mobile screen after the installation, right? So other one is screen size. Okay, laptop to mobile phone. Okay, so there are 17 inches of screens earlier, or 15 to 17. Mobile phone, we have a phones category. We have tabs. What is the phones category? 4 inches to 7 inches. And 7 to 11 inch, we can call it as tablets. Or in the coming to the Apple, we have iPad, iPad mini. So tabs, mini tab, tab. So these are the changes we have. Coming to the Android. So we need to know about Android versions. So we have so many versions from 2008 to till now. Okay, so Android released from 2008 to till now, we have so many Android versions. Okay, so we would like to understand different versions available in the market. Developer.android.com. Developer.android.com will be available at developer.android.com. So click on platforms. Okay. Learn more about the latest release or see all releases. Go with the all releases. That is one important task we need to learn. And what kind of Android devices we are able to see? Is it only mobile phones and tabs? We have Android TVs. We have Android Auto, dashboards in the cars, and Android wearable, smart watches. Am I right or not? All are run on Android operating system only. What kind of different devices we have? Earlier we have phones and tabs. Now we are extended to TVs, large screens, projector screens, TVs and large screens, smart watches, auto, that is the dashboards. All right, this is the large screen devices. Right, whenever you have some time, let's go through all these things. We have Android laptops as well. These are the bigger screens than mobile phone, which we already have. Next, TVs, Wear OS, that is nothing but smart watches operating system. Wear OS, TVs, large screens, and we already have a mobile phones. And this is the car, dashboards, and this is Chrome operating system for laptops. So these are the different devices where we can able to use this, but our market is very limited and we are at the starting stage in Indian market. So we are good at mobile apps. That is more than sufficient. That is more than sufficient. If you are good at mobile phones mobile apps testing in the mobile phone, we are more than sufficient. So don't look for all these things. These are the future things. Okay, Android wearable OS for wristwatches or smartwatches, Android TV, Chrome OS for laptops, and large screens as well, in addition to your mobile phones. This is the future forecast for your future testing purpose. For now, we are here to understand Android apps testing. Okay, na? Right. These are the releases. See this side by side. There are some versions, right? Android releases. Android 14. That is the latest operating system available in the market. It is not a released version. It is a developer preview. Developer preview. Still, it is in evaluation. Right. Next one. Android 14, Android 13, Android 12, Android 11, Android 10. So we haven't started testing yet. So far, we haven't discussed about any testing. No, just we are familiarizing with your all existing user knowledge. We are retrieving that for our future purpose. Right. These are the operating systems we do have in Android. KitKat, Android 4.4. Okay. Lollipop, Android 5.0. Marshmallow, Android 6.0. Nugget, 7. Oreo, 8. Pi, 9. After that, they stopped the names and they released the versions as 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Right. So it started from Cupcake, 1.3. Donut, Eclair, Froyo, okay, gingerbread, honeycomb, ice cream sandwich, jelly bean. This starts with all food names. Cupcake, donut, Eclair, Froyo, gingerbread, honeycomb, ice cream sandwich, jelly bean, KitKat, lollipop, marshmallow, nugget, Oreo. These are the food names which are in the alphabets. After that, the trend goes end. Then we have a Android 10, 11, 12, 13, and the latest development version is 14. So we can able to test up to 13. We don't want to go with the 14, a bit viral. Okay. So go with only Android 13. What is the latest version you are supposed to test? Android 13. So I worked on Android 13, Android 12. That is more than sufficient for our 1 year of experience in the mobile apps. Don't put more than that. Right? Last 1 year, I worked into mobile apps testing. What are the operating systems you use for your your mobile apps testing? Android 12, Android 13. More than sufficient. So how to learn Android 13 and 12? I don't know about Android 13. Go with this URL. See the specifications. Okay. So what are the new enhancements? Get started. So these are the new features and APIs. Let's go with the new features and just at least two new features you need to remember. That's it. If you have some time to prepare, let's go with this particular learn more and see what are the new features available on the Android 13. Themed icons. Okay. This is the pre-app language preferences, localization testing. So we need to check for different languages, right? So this is what we can able to do it on this one. It was improved text and language support. Okay, that is sufficient. 2 points. Improved text and language support and themed app icons. Okay, themed app icons is the new thing which we need to consider for our testing. Exactly similar to that, we have Android 12 as well. Just go to this 12. Try to understand what are the new features available for the 12. Click on learn more. So material view. So this is the sample screens to make you okay with the this is the introduction to your new screens available on Android 12, which is not available on 11. Widget improvements, rich content insertion, app/screen. So these are the development technologies. Let's make it as just have it 5 minutes walkthrough on this. Android 12 features. Just as a reference guide. Walkthrough about so we don't want to learn all, just go with the new features. New features. So tomorrow post lunch, if you are not able to understand this, we can able to review this session. So what additional information we need to showcase into your interview point of view. So what important notes we need to understand that we can see in the last section of interview question and answers. Up to that moment, if you have a time tonight, you can able to go through these 2 URLs and get some information. So why we need to understand all these things? We are focusing our apps testing on Android 12. Why we need to learn 12 and 13? Why? Because we are showcasing to the interviewer, I worked on 12 operating system, 13 operating system to conduct testing on my mobile application. To conduct testing on my mobile application. What are the operating systems I selected? 12 and 13. So this is what we need to remember while preparing the resume as well. I am efficient tester in Android 12 and 13 operating systems. Sir, I don't have 12 and 13. We can come to that point. How to explore 12 and 13 Android devices. So we understand about the operating system. Now, an important concepts. We need to learn for mobile apps. This is the story begins, right? So let's think about it. As per your understanding, do you propose any software testing types to conduct a testing? As we are installing the mobile apps into your mobile device, first testing is, can you accept this? If we install, if customer is not interested, then what you can able to do? If you want to update from older version to latest version, okay, these are the 3 testings. Installation, copy the file into your mobile phone. Uninstallation, from your mobile phone. Just for your understanding. Upgrade. What do you mean upgrade? Upgrade into latest version. Okay. Updating to. Okay, na? These three testings are very new to you. We need to understand now. Next. In the mobile, okay, we have orientation. Do you know about the orientation? Orientation testing. That means, are you watching or are you using my app in a horizontal view or vertical view? Horizontal view also called as landscape. Vertical view also called as portrait. Right? So horizontal view and vertical view. So horizontal view also called as landscape. So from now onwards, horizontal view we can also call as landscape. We can represent horizontal view as landscape, vertical view as portrait. Let me show you two images for that. Let's go with the orientation. See this? What is portrait? Vertical view. Landscape. For your understanding, how do you watch movies in Amazon Prime? Landscape mode. Okay. How you use your mobile phone in WhatsApp chat? Simple, right? Whatever you are using every day, we can able to come to that moment. How do you chat in WhatsApp? Which mode? How you are watching the movie in Amazon Prime? You already know this. There is no surprises. But if it comes to the testing, if I mentioned it, what is orientation, what is landscape, what is portrait, you already experience that every day, right? So actually, this is the normal view. Let me open this screen. This is the normal view. This is 90 degrees. And this is 180 degrees. Reverse the phone. And we can have a 270 degrees. And there is 360 degrees. Right. 360 degrees means comes to the same position. 360 clockwise, 360. 90. If it is 90, goes to the landscape. 180, portrait reverse mode. 270, landscape reverse mode. 360, original mode. Right? Amazon Prime, landscape. WhatsApp chat, portrait. Do you remember that in your mind, in your brain? Right. So this is the example for vertical to portrait. Lots of bugs we can able to encounter from portrait to landscape while using your application in the mode of testing. Okay, we have a auto orientation enabled, auto orientation disabled. That come to this moment in just a moment we can able to discuss all these settings. For now, mobile have two modes to conduct testing. One is portrait mode. WhatsApp. Landscape mode. Amazon Prime. Right. Excellent. How you are watching Amazon Prime movies? Landscape. Okay. WhatsApp chat. Perfect. You don't want to forget landscape and portrait in future, at least for tomorrow. Right. Orientation testing. That means how your app, okay. So how your app functioning in the landscape mode and portrait mode, or switching between portrait to landscape and vice versa. Portrait to landscape and landscape to portrait. So do we have any issues that we need to discuss? Next. In the mobile, we have a network, we have Wi-Fi, we have mobile internet, right? Network related testing. Network related testing. Network related testing. What do you mean by that? How your application functioning in different networks or network speeds. Again, we are reiterating every testing type in detail. We can see the practical work experience. But now try to understand or list down what additional things we need to remember. What additional things we need to remember and know. What are the networks we have? How it is behaving on Wi-Fi? Mobile internet? Switching between different modes as well. We have settings right in the mobile. So whether we want to use the 3G, 4G, or you can able to have whatever we have, we can able to use it. That is the mobile setting. High speed internet. How your application is working on? Low speed internet. Switching between low to high speed. Low to high speed internet. Very dangerous thing. Very dangerous thing. Suddenly network collapses. What we had in the previous discussion, previous session before the break, my laptop struck up because of the frequent internet connections. The same thing. So without internet, with internet, switching between the different network types, switching between the different network speeds. We have 3G internet, a bit slow. I have 5G internet, a bit faster. So in both the situation, your application need to work right. You are one customer, I am another customer. So both customers need to get the good results right. So that is the reason we need to take into the consideration of Wi-Fi, how it is working on Wi-Fi, how it is working on mobile internet, how it is working from switching between Wi-Fi to mobile internet to Wi-Fi. Suddenly power gone. Your Wi-Fi router stopped. It was turned back to mobile internet. It worked for 30 minutes. Again power came. Your Wi-Fi router turned on. Your mobile is turned to Wi-Fi. How your application is behaving between the transactions? Is it any disturbance? Is it application crash? Is it application hang? Is there any functional deviations? That we need to ensure in our testing. Usually in the live, while using the WhatsApp chat, Can we encounter these problems or not? While traveling in your bus journey from Hyderabad to Vijayawada, you are in a deep chatting mode. What will happen? In between, we are getting the Wi-Fi's, mobile internet, low speed internet, high speed internet, no internet. Whatever the reason, whatever the internet speed it is, you are continually chatting, pushing the messages. It will be in the buffer mode. Whenever internet is activated, it will transfer. So that is what behaving, right? Exactly similar to that. Is your application is continuously working in between these transactions or in between these transforms? Mobile net to Wi-Fi internet, Wi-Fi internet to mobile internet, high speed, four signal strips, low signal, one strip, no internet, no strip. How it is behaving? We need to understand this or not? Let's understand like a customer, not a tester. So what happens to no internet? If internet suddenly stops, can we able to continue class? No, right? So we need to get the internet back. So what happens to no internet? And it is transforming to internet mode, switching between different modes of internet, different modes of network. Is it clear? High speed internet, low speed internet. Okay, mobile internet, Wi-Fi. Switching between one network to another network. How your application is behaving. Sir, how can we able to conduct this testing? Buy a ticket from Vijayawada to Hyderabad, Hyderabad to Vijayawada. Travel every day, do this testing. We can call it as field testing. It is possible. We can call it as field testing. Right. So for now, we have 5 types of testing. What is first one? This is our starting point. If customer is not interested in your application, did you install at least one application in your entire mobile journey? Yes or no? Upgrade? Mostly you use upgrade for WhatsApp. Right? You experienced it. Why? Because you watched a movie in Amazon Prime. You chatted with your friend in. So this is also not escapable. So your application need to work on landscape as well as portrait. If it is not working, you need to show that it is not working at all. Can I able to watch a movie in Amazon Prime in the vertical mode? We need to inform the client, right, or customer. I'm not supporting in vertical mode. That is also part of testing, right? We are going to do that. Next one. You experienced this problem lot more times than me. Am I right or not? Right. So note on these 5 types. This is the deciding factor between web application testing and mobile apps testing. Note down the names. Installation testing. Installation testing. This is just a first step in your mobile apps testing. So far, what we discussed is not comes under testing. Just we are setting up your brains that you are using the mobile phones instead of laptops. That's it. This is the first step. Types of testings applicable for mobile apps. Installation testing. What do you mean by installation? Copying the required files into your mobile phone. What is uninstallation? What is uninstallation? Removing the files from your phone. Upgrade testing. Upgrading to the latest version from older version. Right. Orientation testing. Portrait to landscape. Landscapes to portrait. Network related testing. how it is behaving on different network states. Okay, all is well. Is it easy? You are using these things for your practical life. Any new thing? No surprises, right? Interruption testing. Interruption testing. What do you mean by interruption? Interrupted. Interruption. Disturbance. Disturbance. What do you mean by disturbance testing? Think a while. Yeah, while chatting what in the WhatsApp, you are getting a call. So we are two important persons in your life. One is in the text chat, another one is in call. To whom you need to respond? Right. See, in another words. Okay. So we are working on Temple Run. You are playing the game. Suddenly you receive an important call. And game is in last stage. So you are about to reach the high score. Which is your priority? Everyone have their own priorities. So if you receive the call or ignore the call or keep it in silence, how your Temple Run application is working, that is called interruption testing. Right? Why we purchase the mobile phone? For gaming or testing the applications? No. Phone calls, SMS, alarms, for your thing, chattings, chattings, photos, video calls, blah, 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 blah. Right? Next. Now, you are a tester. So, you are conducting testing on your mobile app. While doing this transaction, while doing this activity, you received a call from your manager. Right? You accepted the call. And so you have a talk of 5 minutes and get back to the application testing. Get back to the application testing. So what is your expectation as a tester? Previously, we executed 20 steps. Total, we have 30 steps in the test case. We already executed 20 steps. Suddenly, you received a call from your manager. You want to accept or reject? Accept, right? 100% we accepted. I too accepted. I talked for 5 minutes. How the testing is going on? Yes, it's wonderful. I executed 25 test cases, 25 pass. I am executing the last test case. In between, I received your call. That is the discussion we had. So he is happy. He dropped the call. Now, after dropping the call, what you can able to see? Your app. What is the status of the app now? Try to execute 26th step. Suddenly application disappear. What kind of issue it is? Because of this phone call interruption, your application is getting crashed. If there is no phone call, there is no crash. Am I right? If there is no phone call, you would be able to execute 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 test steps. And your test case may be completely passed. So that is the actual situation. In between, we received a phone call. Phone call is important. We are receiving the call. What happened to your application? It may work fine. That is a positive case. It may hang. It may crash. It may function abnormally because we are disturbing. You are in the middle of interview. I come to your interview cabin. Will you disturb or not? The same thing we are disturbing the application. You are in a deep mood of executing the 30 steps. You are into 25th step. Suddenly you receive a call. After that, what happened to your application? 80% it will work fine. If you are lucky, application will be crashed. Am I right or not? So that's the reason we need to interrupt our application while doing the testing. How do we interrupt? By phone calls, by SMS notifications, by WhatsApp calls, by alarm messages. How we are disturbing the phone? That is the matter here. So my expectation is my application should work without any issues. But we need to prove it in our testing, right? So most probably we'll get the issues here. What kind of issues? It may hang, it may crash, it may function abnormally. If you click on login, it may not log in. If you click on pay now, it may go to the pay now. Those kind of issues will come to the picture. So in what kind of testing we can able to observe these kind of issues? Interruption testing. Interruption testing, right? We are interrupting the mother functionality of the phone, interrupting the mobile app. Okay, so that is known as interruption or mobile app testing. Okay, installation, uninstallation, upgrade, orientation, network related interruption. So all these are clear. Everything is relevant to your regular usage or not? Next one, memory consumption. Is there any excessive usage of memory from your application side? So you are promising we are promising to the customer, if you install my application, only 10 MB of memory is useful to me. That is the commitment. After installing, every day you are consuming 10 MB memory extra unintentionally. So one day 10 MB, second day 20 MB, third day 30 MB, fourth day 40 MB, fifth day 50 MB. After 30th day 300 MB. After an year 3 GB. Can you able to accommodate? Do we need to identify those issues or not? That is memory consumption testing. What do you mean by that? Memory consumption testing. Are we using any additional user memory unintentionally? Yes, you are downloading a movie of 2 GB. Yes, it's approved. Why? Because it is intentional. But unintentionally, without knowing to the customer, can we able to kill the memory or consume the memory? No. Memory consumption testing. Is it important or not? Battery consumption. So while using your application, okay, so how much memory or how much battery we are consuming? That is memory consumption testing, battery consumption testing. So we need to have few conditions here. Use your application when battery in critical stage. You know what is critical stage? Red, about to die. use your application at low memory. Use your application while connecting the charger and charging is going on. These are the different situations where we can able to test the battery. First one is critical battery stage. Second one is low battery stage. Oh, sorry, it's not a memory, battery. While connecting the charger, do we have any difficulty while using this application? If you connect the battery, do we have any difficulty to use your application? If it is very critical stage of battery, can you able to use the application? Low battery. Okay, na? All these are daily usage situations or not? So that we need to bring it to your testing. Okay. Memory consumption, battery consumption, network related testing, orientation testing, interruption testing, installation, uninstallation, upgrade. So far everything is understandable. Can you able to remember? Then you will become a mobile application tester easily. If you are able to remember. Interoperability testing or inter-system testing. So previously we discussed about interruption testing, right? What do you mean by interruption? Your mobile hard-coded features are disturbing your application, right? Next, you are using WhatsApp. I am producing, okay? So WhatsApp kind of application called Telegram. So both applications on your mobile phone. Because of installing the Telegram, my WhatsApp is not at all working. Do we need to consider this? Competitor application related testing. Am I right? Because of WhatsApp, because of Telegram, my WhatsApp is not working at all. Will you accept that? Your heart will shake, right? Without WhatsApp. So how do we get that? We need to have a name for the testing. Interoperability testing. So is your application is disturbing the competitor application, or you will get disturbed by competitor application. So we can call it as coexistence of other applications. Coexistence of why this is bring it to notice? Why? Because your WhatsApp is available on mobile phone. My Telegram is also available on mobile phone. Both are utilizing common resources. Both are utilizing common resources. So there may be a conflict between resources. You are using video call facility through WhatsApp. I would like to create same WhatsApp call from Telegram. Will it work out? We have two important persons in your contact list. One person already contacted through video call, through WhatsApp. Another person you are using Telegram intelligently. Okay, so that call is received from video call through Telegram. Can you able to accept two at a time? That is a restriction of interoperability. So after video call is finished from WhatsApp, can you able to accept Telegram video call? Yes. If it is not, it comes under what kind of bug? Interoperability bug. Do we need to consider this as part of testing? How your application is disturbing the competitor applications. It is not comes under integration. It comes under interoperability. Coexistence of your application and competitor application. Coexistence of your application and competitor applications. So previous one, interruption testing, your application and mother functionality of the phone. Both do not quarrel each other. So both are in friendship. Now also your application, your competitor application, both should be on intact. There is no war between two applications. That is called interoperability testing. Do we have any such type of issues? Your application should not be disturbed by other competitor application. Other competitor application should not be disturbed by your application. That is called coexistence. Keep on doing the friendship with your competitor applications. Okay. Next. Localization testing. What do you mean by localization testing? Different languages, currencies, and time zones. Okay. So, different languages, are you supporting as a application developer? If yes, we need to conduct localization testing. You already familiar with this, right? What about functional testing? Is it required for mobile application functional testing? How login is working comes under functionality or not? We do not have any change in the functionality testing. The only change is device. Instead of laptop, we are using mobile phone. UI testing? Yes or no? Usability testing? Performance testing? I hope you understand all these things as a non-functional testing types. Security testing? Most importantly, what kind of compatibility testing you are familiar so far? Perfect. Browser compatibility testing is suitable for. Am I right? I do not have a browser in my apps testing. Am I right or not? This is proved. Have we discussed about this? Do you have a browser in apps? Yes or no? Still you are in confusing. I do not have a browser in my apps testing. Why? Because I'm installing the application into mobile phone. Now, without browser, do we have a browser compatibility testing? No. Instead, we would like to test the app in example, how it is behaving on Android 12, how it is behaving on Android 13, iOS 12, iOS. Okay, na? Is it true? Instead of browser compatibility testing, what kind of testing we are going to perform? Operating system compatibility testing. Why? Because your mobile is not related to the browser. Your app is not related to the browser. Instead, it is reside on the mobile phone. Mobile phone means operating system. It is sitting on the operating system. So we are conducting the OS compatibility testing. And one more thing is hardware compatibility testing. So you have 4 GB RAM mobile device with Android, 6 GB RAM device with Android, 8 GB RAM with Android, 12 GB RAM with Android, 16 GB RAM with Android. All these operating systems and hardwares together, we can call it as a mobile phone. All mobile phones need to be responsible for testing, right? Your app need to be working fine on all the operating systems, right? So hardware compatibility testing is also required. 4 GB Android phone, 8 GB Android phone, So we need to conduct testing on different operating systems, Android and iOS. Operating system versions, Android 12, Android 13. Different hardware devices, Android 12 with 4 GB, Android 12 with 6 GB, Android 12 with 12 GB, Android 13 with 4 GB, Android 13 with 6 GB, Android 13 with 16 GB. Is it possible or not? Is it required or not? So this is called hardware compatibility testing. Hardware compatibility testing, OS compatibility testing are required for mobile apps testing. Do we require browser compatibility testing? No. That is the fundamental difference between web apps testing, mobile apps testing. Right? Do we require network related testing, battery related testing, memory related testing for web applications? No. Orientation testing, have you conducted? No. Installation, uninstallation, upgrade, only functional testing, UI testing, usability testing, security testing, performance testing, browser compatibility testing, localization testing, functional testing. All these are comes for both web and mobile apps. Right? Only difference is the new testing types are only applicable to mobile apps. Both web and mobile. Or let me cut down here. Common testing types in both web and mobile. So these are the new things to mobile apps. And these are the common things to mobile apps. I mean, both for mobile apps and web apps. Difference is compatibility testing. So we already note down these things, right? Installation testing, uninstallation testing, upgrade testing, orientation testing, network related testing, interruption, memory consumption, battery consumption, interoperability, OS compatibility, hardware compatibility testing. These are the mobile app specific testing types. What additionally we are doing is 11 types. What are the common? What is the difference? Main difference is compatibility. For mobile apps, we do OS and hardware compatibility testing. For web applications, we do conduct browser compatibility testing. So we have a small concept before lunch. Different test environments in the mobile apps testing. So we have virtual devices. Second one, real devices. Third one, cloud devices or cloud services. So two concepts we would like to know before lunch. One is different testing types applicable to mobile apps, different testing types not applicable to mobile apps. The concept, second concept is, so what are the different environments we are used to conduct the mobile apps testing? What do you mean by real devices? Phone you have at your, no questions on this, right? What is virtual device? It is looks like a device, but not a device. It looks like a device, but not a device. It's a software. What is cloud device? A real device which is existing in my lab, and I would like to use this through cloud services from any browser. Example, browser stack, pCloudy, Lambda test, SAS labs, etc. These are the different vendors have their own labs at their offices. We can able to use, or we can able to get the rental devices. What is the concept of cloud devices? We can rent the device which is located on US for 1 hour of time to conduct the testing. Okay. So what kind of devices we have to test? Three possibilities to conduct mobile apps testing. First device is virtual devices. It is not a device, but it looks like a device. Virtual machines, virtual devices. Okay. Second one is real devices. That is already you are having your phone at your pocket. The same device. I don't want to teach anything about the real devices, right? You are already familiar. Third one, cloud devices. So it may be a new to you. Somewhere else we have a device, we need to connect to the device and do conduct our testing. So today we need to practice these three possibilities with our one-off APK file, so that we can do the testing in the post lunch. But now let me introduce about these virtual environments, real environment, and cloud services. So pay attention. This is very important with respect to your interview as well as your practice purpose. Not on these environments. Open browserstack.com or pCloudy, Lambda test or SAS labs, any one website. Let me open browser stack. Okay. So this is useful to cross browser testing. That is nothing but browser compatibility testing. So I want to test Quality Thought website on multiple browsers. See this? This is IE. This is Windows browser. This is Apple. This is Firefox. This is Chrome. Browser stack will conduct compatibility testing in all the browsers, will give the results. So let me sign up. This is not for the mobile apps testing. This is the browser compatibility testing. Just I want to take a look at this. Validating the email. IP blocked. Oh, someone is already using this IP. So it was blocked. Okay. So let's go for the sign up for free trial. So these are the different vendors which are providing the rental services for mobile phones for our easy understanding. So cloud device is a bigger, tough word, right? For you understand. So it's a rental service provided in the online. Try it for free. So use SaaS Lab and log in from your mobiles or laptops. Let me take any email ID. It's pretty easy. Go with the SaaS Labs, click on sign up for free, provide your Gmail, and if required, provide the password. So your account will be ready. Step 1. Browse saaslabs.com, or let me give the copy and paste. Okay. Step 2. Sign up through Gmail account. Sign up through Gmail account. Step 3. Wait for a few seconds. Your account will be ready. Step 4. Hire one device. Okay, see this. You can able to see this menu. You want to go with the manual testing, automated testing, or API testing? What we are trying to do? Manual. You can able to in future you can able to use for automation as well as API testing as well. But for my intention is doing the manual testing. Right. So here are some more applications, some more testing. In the manual, you need a mobile browser, you need a mobile app, you need a mobile browser device, browser, desktop. So this is the virtual devices, what we can call it as. In the bracket, you are able to see virtual, right? What kind of virtual devices we do have? So go with this. This is real device. And this is mobile browser with real device. This is for the browser compatibility testing. This is also for browser compatibility testing in the mobile. We are not covering that. So do you want desktop browsers? Use this option. But what I am trying to use? Mobile app. Click on mobile app. To do so, select mobile apps option in the SAS lab. Okay, or manual mobile app section in the SAS labs. So we will share the recording video and the notes to you. Mr. Pranav Royal. Is it what you are asking? So this is the mobile real device or mobile virtual device. So we have two environments. Can we able to use the virtual device or can we able to use the mobile real device? Let me go with the real devices first. That is the cloud devices. So what is it? Samsung. Okay, Samsung Android 10. What is the operating system? Android 10. Click on start test. We can reiterate once again in the project. Don't worry, just is a demo. So this is the app specifications. Mr. Customer, you are selecting Samsung Galaxy S9, which is having the Android 10 operating system. Screen size 5.8 inches. CPU octa-core. RAM size 4 GB. Internal storage 64 GB. Model number this one. ID this one. Location United States. Carrier connectivity disabled. So there is no mobile SIM at all. If you are okay, let's click on start test. Why it is disabled? Yes, it's free. Why it is? Just give me a minute. Oh, sorry. So we need to select an application before starting your application. That I was missed. Let's click on it. So see this. This is a IPA file and this is sample APK file to conduct the testing for initial purpose. In future, we can able to download our application and we can able to capture that. Select Android app and select your Samsung mobile device to conduct the testing. This is how we are going to conduct a testing on SAS Lab cloud services. It was a real device purchased by SAS Lab company and placed it on the lab. We are just rented the device for a few minutes. So we are paying the amount to SAS Lab. We are getting this device. It is free for 30 minutes, it seems. So see this, installing your app and it was ready. Okay, so this is the My Demo app. That was what we selected. So let me select this. This is an e-commerce application. Detailed view is displayed. Okay, let me click on add to cart. You are controlling the device physically available at lab through your cloud services. A bit slow. Okay, fine. See this menu. See this menu here. It is providing the flexibility to conduct the testing on the device which is not at your hand. So the device which is not at your hand and you are using it for testing, right? So these menu bars or toolbar will help you to conduct the testing. So if you want to go with the more device settings, click on this. If you want to use orientation, okay. So rotate device is nothing but orientation. Let's see this. Okay. Restart the app. Restart the app, providing the flexibility to conduct the more testing. We can call it as a toolbar. What we can call it as toolbar, right? So this is the audio control mechanism, and this is switch app versions. You want to switch between different apps versions, we can able to do that. This is clipboard, copying the files. This is install dependencies. You want to install other applications, other softwares into your mobile phone, do this. There is a more option. So ADB will come to this in a while. ADB shell. So you can able to write some commands. ADB logcat. I'll let you know what exactly it is. Executing ADB shell command. So we'll come to know this in the tomorrow session. What is Android Studio? How we are installing it? How we are using ADB? How we are using AVD manager? Something like that. That is a typical thing. So that we can see tomorrow. So this is how we are executing different commands for our testing purpose. Taking a screenshots. Whenever we have some issues, we need to capture the screenshot. Okay, this is share session. So you are conducting the testing, right? That needs to be delivered to your other colleagues. You can able to do this by using share session. Get the link. So this is the link. You can copy. Okay, so you can open the session. This is what you executed so far will be recorded, and it is a proof for your future testing or future reference or explanation. Whatever you are doing, so it will be captured. 8 hours I conducted testing on SaaS Labs. Okay, can we able to skip? There's a proof is there, right? What you did on 8 hours? Have you verified the functionality of this feature? Yes, I verified. What is the session for the proof? This is a session directly. What you performed on that particular 30 minutes? What you performed on that particular one hour session? See this. It was loading, installing, and then what you performed in the application. Everything will be tracked. That is the URL I posted, right? Right. This is about the real devices available on cloud. Real devices available on cloud. What happened? I want to increase this 1 to 2 products. It was increased or not? Where exactly this device is there? At client lab. But can we able to use it virtually, even though it is a real device? That is called cloud services. Do you have a cloud testing experience in the mobile apps? Do we have or not? Practice 30 minutes for SaaS lab. If 30 minutes is over, create another Gmail account. Go with another 30 minutes. Let's make your expectations or expertization level. So practice more, get it expertise level experience. Right? Add to cart. If add to cart is functioning well, it will be added to the cart. See this, there are 10 items available here. Yeah, it was added. So that's fine. So click on add to cart. It is a bit slow. What is the drawback? It is a bit slow. It's not like a real device. Immediately it is not coming. Why? Because your transaction need to placed on your screen, web application. It needs to be transmitted to real device located on the lab. And it is replying with few seconds delay. So do you have idea about the cloud services? Can you able to rent the device? So now let me tell that. So can we able to do 100 devices testing? 1 or 2 testers? Can we do 100 device testing? So what is the help? We already received cloud services. We are renting the we are getting the rentals for number of devices. So there is a premium option available here. Let me end this session. View results. So what you perform, that will be displayed here. Introducing crash reporting. App crashed. Okay, got it. So your app is crashed. So what you performed, log files, what we can call it as log files, whatever you performed in your application, this is the back-end proof. So what you performed at the time. Tapped app logo and a name. Tapped app logo and a name. Tapped app logo and name. Tapped add to cart. You performed or not? Tapped increase item quantity. +1 we added, right? Scrolled. Long press, SaaS lab, bold, t-shirt. Whatever the action you performed, the front end actions will be documented as a back end proof. What we can call it as log files. What we can call it as log files. And it was captured your crashes as well. You can copy this exception. What we can call it as exception. What it is calling it as? Crash. Mr. Tester, while you are doing your testing, we are getting a crash. Crash log files. Only log files. Back-end proof. This is your reference. This is your reference. So all these scroll, click on it, double tap it, everything comes under log files. What do you mean by log file? Whatever you performed in the front end, developer is tracking in the back end. That tracking is known as log files. We have a application log files. That is what we are doing. Crash log or error log. Whenever it is encountering a problem, we have separate log files. That is crash log. We have experienced practically, right? Application log file, crash log files. From where we are capturing? Cloud services. Either is a Sloss Lab, Browser Stack, pCloudy, Lambda test. See this? This is the crash log. This is log files, right? And this is the video. This is the video for reference. You can able to download the video as well. You can download the video as well. Just give few seconds to that. It will fetch all your information and display the video session. So whenever you encounter a crash without video, developer will understand our pain. Now, what kind of information we are providing? Screenshots, videos, log files, error log or crash log, right? This is the video we captured for the crashes. Okay, right. For cloud services, we do have a option to select the required device, right? And install the app into that device. This is the prerequisite, right? Once it is done, we are able to perform our testing. So once you identify a bug, what kind of additional support we are getting from the service provider? Screenshots, videos, log files, and we can have a session, right? So all these are proof of your work. By giving all these additional evidences to your development team, can we make this bug fixed in the current release or not? If you are not providing all these things, developer is not accepting your bug. If your interviewer asks this question, if developer is not accepting your bug as a bug, what you will do? I will provide the additional evidences like screenshots, videos, session recording, log files, and crash logs if required, so that we can able to prove that it is a valid bug. You have to fix it. Sounds good? So this is for first session. We understand different types of testings applicable to mobile apps, which is applicable to both mobile apps and web applications. Third one, which is not applicable to mobile apps and it is applicable to web application testing. Classification of testing types, that is done. Second concept is types of environments. How many types of environments? Virtual, real device, cloud. So we practiced cloud. We already familiar with real devices. Post lunch we can able to go through the virtual devices. Okay, I'll show the demo of real device and how do we test the application on the real devices as well. Tomorrow we can able to go with project session. So we have 1 o'clock, right? Go for the lunch break and come back at 2:30. Okay, go for lunch break. Come back at 2:30 p.m. Right, online guys, come back at 2:30, same link. Or else you can able to use live session of YouTube as well. right? So we want to see a real device, okay, or mobile phone screen on your computer. Just give me a minute. So we'll connect that. Right? You are able to see my mobile phone, right? So mobile phone contains settings. So this is very important with respect to your testing. So how do we conduct the orientation testing? So how do we upgrade? How do we install? So whether it is correctly installed or not. So what is the network? How to switch the network? So without internet, with internet. So how do we conduct all these possible testings, which we discussed in the previous discussion or previous session? Need to practically set up your device. Yeah, your questions you can able to type in the text or in the chat. So lock, unlock. Okay, this is the setting screen you can able to see on your mobile phone. Next, so in these settings, how to connect different networks? So you want to connect Wi-Fi, click on Wi-Fi, right? So you need to connect to your Wi-Fi. In this Wi-Fi, the important setting is so connect your proxy. So you can able to select manual proxy. So provide your proxy details. Whenever you are joined into the company, so they are providing their own proxy details to get connect with their applications and servers. To do so, this is the settings. Wi-Fi setting, connect with the Wi-Fi, and in that, click on that notification icon. There we have a proxy details. Can you able to see proxy here? There is a host name, there is a port number. Okay, so we need to give the host name and port name or port number here, right? So this is one setting. Proxy settings in your mobile phone. How to set up your proxy settings in the mobile phone? So what is the navigation? Go with the settings, Wi-Fi, connect a network. I connected with 515. Right, click on this notification icon. There is a screen displayed with the network connected. In that, there is a proxy. Click on proxy. It will be a drop down kind of information. We need to select the information. What we are supposed to select? Manual. You are supposed to select manual. So in the resulting screen, you can able to enter your host name, port number. What is the host name and your port number? Host name and port number. Mr. Ashok Mover. So you do not want to enter it on my desktop. Please take care about it. Right. So we connected to the settings. That is most important thing with respect to your real testing. So you need to connect to your setting screen, Wi-Fi, and mostly whatever the Wi-Fi connected, click on that. Go with the advanced settings. There is a proxy settings. So click on the proxy. there is a manual setting, manual proxy. Click on manual proxy. So they will provide you the host name, port number. We will give you the host name and port number. So your company will be pointed out with your proxy server name and port number. So whenever you provide those details, then only you can able to access that particular APK file or open that particular server or open that particular web application. This is the prerequisite. Set up your proxy server on your mobile phone. What is the navigation for that? First one, open settings app in your mobile phone. Click on or tap on Wi-Fi option. Select the Wi-Fi network and connect to the network. Next, click on info icon or tooltip. Okay. So next, in the resulting screen, we need to go to the advanced settings. Am I right? In the advanced settings, there is a setting called proxy. What you are trying to do? Proxy setup. So you have a proxy, right? Click on the proxy. In the click, that is a touch device. Tap on the proxy. Select which option? Manual. So in the resulting screen, we have below options. Option A, proxy server, port number. Okay. So by end of the session, how we can able to receive client proxy server number, port number and server URL. I'll show you the demo. How we can able to get these details. For now, just understand that there is a proxy to connect with your client server. So we have a proxy to connect with your client server. Without connecting to the client server, can we able to do any operation? No, that is the prerequisite. Can we call it as a prerequisite? It is a prerequisite. In your test case, if there is a proxy server, you have to mention it as prerequisite. So all the steps I mentioned here, so make it as a prerequisite and you need to dump all your details into the proxy server settings like server name and port number. So this is example for your prerequisite in your test case. Is it clear? Next. So we have a Wi-Fi settings. Next, mobile data settings. How do we get the mobile data settings? If you enable proxy, all your general applications will be disabled. You can't able to access Google, YouTube, WhatsApp, nothing. So you will get the no internet. You only able to access client related applications. Okay, na? So if you enable the proxy by providing the port number and server name, so you cannot able to access outside applications. If I allowed you to do the outside application testing, every moment you will be on the WhatsApp only. That is the reason we are restricting that. So to go with only applications related, okay, information you can able to access through this particular proxy. What is proxy? It is a filter of only useful links. What we can able to get? A particular server name and port number. We have a facility to enter those two things, right? Then you only able to access your respective apps and URLs from the client side. We can't able to use like your general application. Even though it is available internet, but we can able to filter only valid applications. Is it clear? Next, mobile data. What is mobile data? So this is mobile network, right? We have SIM 1, SIM 2. SIM 1 is enabled with free data. SIM 2 is not enabled with free data. How do you enable it? Let us go with the mobile network. So this is SIM 1, SIM 2, right? Right. There is a internet option where you can able to enable or which is SIM. Okay. Let's find. And this is the enabling of mobile data. So auto switch data SIM. Can we able to switch auto? By default, we have a SIM 1. Can we able to switch between SIM 1 and SIM 2 automatically whenever we have no internet in SIM 1, we can able to switch to SIM 2. Next. So this is about this particular settings. Next one, Bluetooth. Whenever your application is connecting with the Bluetooth, we need to use the Bluetooth services. These are the three possibilities to connect external devices with your mobile devices. Suppose you are in your application, you need to connect, okay, a Bluetooth headset and listen Spotify music. That is your test case. Then you need to take the help of Bluetooth. Connect the headset. That is a prerequisite. Connect the headset and then play the music as per your test case. Right? That is the Bluetooth. Go with the apps. Next one is go with the apps. Let's see the apps. So this is the app screen. Let's try to utilize this app screen, okay, effectively while doing the testing. While doing the testing, we do have so many settings involved in the testing to impact your navigation, flow, functionality. First one is app management. In the app management, so we do have all the installed applications. All the installed applications. You can name your application. I want to go with the Flipkart. Right? So here we have an option to open the application from here, force stop, uninstall. We have an uninstallation testing, right? So this is the place where we can click on uninstall to remove your Flipkart application from your mobile phone. That is an important transaction. From where we can able to do it? Yes, I know the shortcut, you know the shortcut. Long press and release, you can have an option. That is shortcut. Let's forget about it. So all the applications related to the install applications available at App Manager. Where do we have the App Manager? In the settings, we have apps. In the apps, we have App Manager. You need to remember that. Maybe you noticed it previously as well, but it is a thumb rule to us to from now onwards, you need to uninstall the application from here. Force stop the application from here. Open the application from here. Right? So what other things we have? Manage notifications. What is other action? Manage notification. So guys, without knowing all these settings, we can't able to fulfill our mobile application testing. Functionality, we already familiar. How to understand the user story, how to create the test cases, how to get review the test cases, how to execute the test case, how to identify the bug, how to report the bug, okay, how to get the bug life cycle into the picture. You guys already familiar. So today we are here to understand how to test the mobile apps, not to create the test cases, not to execute the test cases. Understand basic needs of mobile apps testing. So first one is types of testings. Second one, environment. Third one, mobile phone settings. These settings impact your testing a lot. Let me explain that. Okay, sir, opening the application is very easy. I have a shortcut. I'll click on that shortcut. Fine, absolutely fine. Force stop. I can able to kill from recently opened apps. That is also fine. Uninstall. A long press and click on the close button to uninstall it. Or we have a option to uninstall as well. We can able to find. But how do you allow notifications? Allow or disallow? Let's go through this. Manage notifications. How your notification need to be displayed on your mobile phone will be configured from here. Flipkart notifications need to be modified here. What is the app name here? So allow notification, it display the notification. Disable the notifications, you should not display the notifications. So is setting is important to test the notification or not? That we need to remember. You need to explain all these things whenever interviewer go in a in-depth scrutinization. Right? We are having the notifications. Yes, we have a notification settings. We enable the notifications. How many possible ways? You have a lock screen notifications and banner notifications. Click on each and every one. Remove the lock screen. Everything is a test case. Allow the notifications, disallow the notifications. Two test cases for your application. In general, any application, allow the notification, disallow the notification. Next, in the allow notification, what do we have? Lock screen notifications are enabled or disabled. Next, banner notifications are enabled, disabled. Right? Everything is enabled, disabled. So how many test cases so far we need to occupy? Open, force stop, uninstall, enable notification, disable notification. In the allowed notification, disable lock screen notifications, enable lock screen notifications, disable banner notifications, enable banner notification. There are 9 test cases already into your bucket. Can we note down them? First one, app test cases. These are not functional test cases. These are non-functional test cases related to the settings. App test cases related to, that means mobile application settings impacting your testing. Is it a correct statement or not? Mobile app testing is very close to your settings screen. If you allow the notification, then only your app is allowing. If you disallow the notification, it needs to restrict or stop the notifications. Is it clear? So you need to remember that. First one is open the application from which screen? Settings. Next, apps, app manager. Select your application. Click on, tap on, sorry, no click, tap on. Right? Second test case. You can elaborate with your steps into your Excel sheet or Jira, whatever it is. We don't want to repeat those same story again in the mobile apps. Next, once it is open, force stop the so what is the navigation? This is the navigation. Tap on force stop option. Okay, 2 test cases. Third one, or last one, we can call it as uninstall the application from settings, select your app, tap on uninstall. Sir, it is very easy to understand, and maybe you are very good at your grasping level. At this point of time, you can able to remember. If you are not able to practice these activities while testing the application, you may forget install, you may forget uninstall test cases. Is it true or not? Human can make a mistake. That is the reason software testing came into the picture. Developer is a human, he is committing a mistake. That is the reason testers comes to the onboarding. Is it true or not? If again tester commit a mistake, we have a UAT tester. UAT tester also commit a mistake, we have a customer. Right? But it is a good thing. So we need to stop maximum possible bugs in our testing only. Am I right or not? So for that, we need to evaluate everything. Open, force stop, uninstall. So first line of options are done. Second one, or third test case, disallow or disable the notifications for the or for your application. Okay, generate a notification event in your application. Generate a notification event. Now your notification should not be displayed on the mobile phone. Why? You disable the notification. So that means no notification should be displayed on the mobile. Is it clear? You are supposed to test this or not? Is it a test case? Is it important? If you allow the notification, trigger a notification event. So anything which is possible. Okay. So according to your application functionality, your notification should be displayed. Your notification should be displayed. How many possible ways? Allow lock screen notification. Allow not lock screen notification for your application. And able to see if your screen is locked. Can you able to see the notifications or not? Disallow the lock screen notifications. Is it true or not? See my mobile phone. If it is locked, okay, if something is triggered in your application as a notification, if we allowed the lock screen notification, you can able to see the notification. If disallow, no notification should be displayed. Right? Next. What is the next one? Banner notification. What we are trying to do? First, disallow banner notification for your application. Next one, allow banner notification for your application. Next. Here we have so many combinations. Okay. So like allow banner notification, disallow. Allow banner notification, disallow lock notifications. Allow lock notification, disallow banner notification. Disallow both banner and lock notifications. Allow both. There are 4 test cases. Okay. Next. So I don't want to go into the details. You can able to make your test cases based on this discussion. Next screen. So these are generic to any application, not for one application. Next we have badges. What are the badges we do have? So show the badge or do not show. Two test cases. Okay, dot badges, do not show badges. Right. Next, ringtone. Ringtone for your notification. Enable or disable. Everything you familiar, but you are not creating the test cases if you are not able to revise these things. Vibrate. Okay, even though it is a system specific settings, your app is allowing or not. Your developer need to write the right code, right? So vibrate. If notification comes to the picture, it should vibrate. If it disallow the vibrate or disable the vibrate, it should not vibrate. Right. Reminders to restart. So these are not that much important. Let's focus on up to this moment. Mandatorily allow, disallow, lock notifications, allow, disallow, banner notifications, allow, disallow. These are the very important with respect to notifications. And coming to the manager settings or app info, see this, open, force stop, uninstall. There is a one line information available here, right? So this is a logo. His correct logo is displayed on the application manager screen. Correct name is displayed or not. Correct version number is displayed or not. Those are the three test cases. Verify. Logo is correct or not. Or logo is correctly displayed on application management screen. Verify. Name of the application. Sir, Flipkart is always correct. Yes, it was tested by us or similar kind of testers. That is the reason there is no major issues available. But our application, we have to check it out. So verify name of the application is correctly displayed on the applications management screen. Everything is important. Every line, every sentence, every number displayed on the application is so important. So let's do not neglect any small information. All the information which we displayed on the application should be verified thoroughly. Logo we are verifying, app name we are verifying, app version we are verifying, open we are verifying, force stop we are verifying, uninstall we are verifying, manage notifications we are verifying. Up to this moment, any questions? All these are required inputs or not? For any application, these are common or not? Next, permissions. Next option is permissions. In this screen also, we have a Flipkart logo and name, right? Verify those things. Whenever there is a logo and a name, version number, what additional information we do have. Every moment you need to write the test case. Sir, how many times I need to verify? It is a tedious process. That is the reason they hired you. It is a repetitive activity and it is a tedious process. It's a boring activity. That's the reason if developer is not able to work on this, right? He may miss these opportunities or he may miss this, okay, places. So we are here to thoroughly test those things. Developer missed the opportunity to test. Tester missed the opportunity. UAT tester missed the opportunity. Customer identify that problem. Everyone will be in the risk. Next, What are the permissions we are allowing or not allowing? Important thing, location services. Okay, if you have a map, in your application without allowing the location services, can we see that map? Ola, Uber, working through these locations only, right? If you disable the location, can they trace out your current location? No, that will be a problem, right? So location services. How your app is working with disallowing location services. We can call it as services. Next one, how your app is working with allowing the location services. Next, if you're already familiar, fine, excellent. If not, see this notifications. Again, you are traveling to the same notification screen. If you click on notifications, okay, if you already click on notification, enable, that's fine. If not, go with the screen. Disallow the notification. Come back. See this. Do we have a allowed notifications? If you disallow the notification, see the screen. Is it an allowed notification? That you need to check. It was already tested by Android. You need to use these services for your testing. Next, camera. If you are using camera services in your phone, whether it is enabled or disabled. So without enabling the camera, you are logging a bug. Camera is not working. Is it really a bug? It's an invalid bug, right? You need to check, double check these particular settings. Next, contacts. Okay, microphone. You are using Zoom, but for Zoom, you are not allowing the mic services. Can you able to hear my voice if I use my Zoom without mic? No, right? So you are identifying it as a defect and logging it on Jira. Is it a correct thing? No, right? Double check whether we are providing the right services or not. So those are the important things available for us. And one more thing is photos and videos. If you are sharing something, a media content, video and photo settings are important. Pause app activity if it is unused. What do you mean by this? Pause app activity if unused. Okay. So interruption testing. What we discussed in the morning? Interruption testing. What exactly it is? Remove permissions, delete temporary files, and stop notifications. Epudu when pause the app activity if it is unused. If you are not using Ola cab services, we are not giving any permissions. If you disable it, every moment your app is consuming the services. That means your battery, your memory, both will be drained out slowly. Inactive applications do not have permissions to work on the application. Is it clear? Pause app activity if unused is also considered for advanced testing. If you enable it, so all the location services, all the services which you are providing to my application, like notifications, you are not at all using the application. Then what is the use of giving all these things? Battery will be consumed, right? Is battery is important to you? So can we able to kill the battery unnecessarily? That is the reason we are providing the setting. In the older version, we don't have these options. After 10, it seems they introduced these options. Is it clear? Settings are pretty much important. Next, battery usage. I already mentioned you battery consumption testing. Let's open it. Allow foreground activity, allow background activity. So how the battery is consumed with allow battery activity enable, allow battery activity disable. If your app is also running in the background, memory is consumed a lot, battery is consumed a lot. Am I right or not? That we need to consider. Check your memory settings, battery settings with this particular option. So allow background activity. So even though you are not using your application, my Ola is not running on my application. I'm not using at this point of time. So I can't able to run in between the session, right? So it is also running in the background. That means it is using the memory services, battery services, location services, consuming your mobile phone resources. So if you disable it, it should not consume. So even though it is disabled, your battery is drained out because of that application. Is it an issue or not? That we need to check. Mostly it is not comes under our scope. We have a different kind of testers for memory leakages and battery consumptions. Separate team, okay, is there to check the battery lifetime. You can able to see 500, okay, so 500 megawatt battery, so 300 megawatt battery, right? So what exactly it is? How much capacity it is? How many hours you can able to have that battery in your mobile phone? So without dead. So that is called battery hardware testing. So we don't want to do that. So there is again we have an option called force stop. There is a force stop option, or right or not? So force kill, force stop. Let's click on this. Your app will be stopped. Forcefully your app will be stopped. Once you click on force stop, can we able to reopen the application without having an issue? Is it a major problem or not? As a customer, I click on force stop. What is the consequences? Can I able to open? Yes or no? That what we need to check. So here force stop is disabled, right? Why? You already force stop. There is no application active. Click on open. Is it opened or not? So that means force stop option is also fine in your application. So let's note down that. Application functionality. There are two possibilities to force stop the application. Do all the possibilities is nothing but a testing, right? So that is what we are doing. Force stop at app manager phase and force stop at so this is one force stop. This is one force stop. The other one is in the battery usage also we have a force stop. Use two possibilities, write two test cases. Anything can able to damage your application, right? Next, data usage. What do you mean by data usage? See this, disable mobile data, disable Wi-Fi. If you disable mobile data in the Flipkart, your application should not work with the mobile data. Is it true or not? Do we need to check that? Right. You disable Wi-Fi in Wi-Fi, your mobile app should not work. Two test cases. Okay. Disable Wi-Fi for your mobile app and try to test mobile app only with Wi-Fi. Disable mobile network for your mobile app and try to test mobile app only with mobile network. So the two possibilities, it should not work. It is through please supply internet error message. Next, enable mobile app network for your mobile app and try to test mobile app only with mobile network. Enable Wi-Fi network for your mobile app and try to test mobile app only with if you're already familiar with this, just recollect. If you don't know this, make it as a thumb rule to understand all these things. And in future, if someone assigned a mobile app for your testing services, keep this all this in mind and need to work on this. Right. Right. Thank you, guys. Next. So there is other setting called as background data. What do you mean by background data? If your application is not in front or it is not active, it is in the background. So your data should be enabled or disabled. In the background, I don't want to use my data. Disable. How your application is behaving. Enable. How your application is behaving. So let's understand all these settings. Any testing may cause your application crash. Any single particular testing or any single particular option enable or disable may cause a issue to interrupt your functionality of mobile application. It may be completely damaged or it is partially damaged. So do not worry about a repetition of your knowledge. Maybe you are familiar with all these things, but why we are making sure that all is important? If you miss at least one, there may be a chance of getting the error at that particular point of setting only. Enable, disable. All are enable, disable or disable only, right? So how to write the test cases? By doing enabling, one test case. By doing disabling, we have one test case. All together we can call it as a project. So battery usage we are working on and data usage we are working on. The third one is memory usage. Different networks we already discussed, right? Network related testing. So we have Wi-Fi setting. We have mobile data setting. Enable, disable. Next, storage. The next one is storage. How much data we saved under this particular application so far? Cache data, temporary data. This is actual data it is required to run the application. How much? 7763. Total 195 MB. If it is supposed to display 200 MB, that is fine. You are saying that at any cost, I can able to save 60 MB of your data only, but it is consuming 195 MB. Will you accept it? We need to test that, right? So this is what we are supposed to conduct a testing on storage or memory consumption testing. Storage testing or memory consumption testing, right? So there are two options. How your application is working with clear data, how your application is working with clear cache. So let me try to clear the cache. See, there is a 0 MB in the cache, right? Go back. Your 195 MB is transformed to 131 MB. So now run your application. Flipkart application we are working, right? So run your application, do some transactions like open something. Okay, sort by, use something. Select, buy now, continue, continue, something like that. Okay. Come back to your storage. Click on this. What is the cache? That means whatever you are performing some transactions in your application, it is temporarily saved on the cache. Previously we cleared, right? You are not performing any transactions on Flipkart. Even though it is providing, pumping up some memory, then it is a memory consumption issue. You are opening the application and cache is increasing, that is acceptable. If you are not accessing your application, even though memory is increasing, then it is a problem. Now, clear cache. Clear the cache and access the application. It should not get into unresponsive mode. It should not be crashed. It should work as expected, even though you are clearing the cache. Next one. What is the next one? Clear. Clear app data. All your logins, saved content will be removed from your mobile phone. Okay. So clear app data means whatever you are saving intentionally, that needs to be cleared from your application. What are they? Saved searches, save for later. That content, login details should be vanished. So click on delete, click on cancel. Two test cases. Click on cancel, should not disturb your application behavior. Click on delete, also should not disturb your application feature. Let's see this. Click on the Flipkart application. Where exactly we have the Flipkart application? It was cleared. All your previously, whatever you did, that was lost. Why? Because data is cleared. Yeah, we need to test that. So remove the cache and do the testing. Remove the data and do the testing. All your user data will be lost if you clear the data. Temporary files means customer data will not be lost. Temporary data will only be lost. If you clear the data, then entirety will be lost. So that is the difference between clear data and clear cache. Clear cache means temporary data which is not your data. It is not related to customer. Customer data is not belongs to clear cache. Customer data is only belongs to clear data. Intentionally, if you are deleting the clear data, okay, click on the clear data. It will ask you a pop-up, right? Are you really want to delete? Yes. That means all your customer data will be erased from your mobile app. Again, you log in. Then we can able to save the data. Is mobile apps is easy? You know mobile phone very much. Mobile apps testing is easy. If you don't know about Android phone or iOS phone, mobile apps testing is tough. Right? So clear data as well. So customer saved data, okay, should be erased. Here, in the 19th test case, customer saved data should not be erased. Okay. How many test cases we created so far? 20. Okay. Only for settings. That is additional settings or additional things apart from your functional testing mentioned in the spec. Display over the other apps. Display over the other apps. What do you mean by it? You are using the mobile phone, right? What is display over other apps? This permission allow an app to appear on top of other apps. This might affect how other apps are displayed. So taking the first position, right? So on top of any application, I need to be displayed. That is allow apps. If you disallow, allow. It should not affect other applications. Interoperability testing. What we can call it as? This setting comes under interoperability testing. How it is interacting with other applications. How it is interacting with other applications. Next. Open by default. Okay, open by default. Another application. Open by default. That means open by default. So allow web links to open in this app. Okay. Open supported links enabled. Okay. So 4 verified links will be enabled from this particular application. Links to open this app. So if there is unwanted links available in this application, we are not supposed to display them. It will ask you a permission. If you allow them in the application, we are beautifully allowing the application. So these are the settings available for us. Open by default. All the links available in the application, that can they able to open by default, or it is seeking the permission? We can enable or disable. Check the application. Check open links by default. Okay. Enable and disable. Check the application behavior. How it is behaving. Can we able to open the links by enabling the particular button? So can we able to open the links by disabling that particular button? We need to check both possibilities. Next one. Last but important thing. Pause app activity if unused. Whatever the current state you are belongs to, that needs to be available if you are unused. Interruption testing. Am I right or not? Right. All these settings are belongs to the testings which we discussed so far. So this is apps, app management. What we can call it as app management. Next, app cloner, duplicate applications. We don't want to comes to this stage. Default apps. What do you mean by default apps? What are the default apps available along with your mobile phone? If you turn on the mobile phone, all those apps will be activated. Those are the default apps. Is your application in the default apps or not? Next, you make your application as disabled. Okay, you make your application as disabled. Even though can you able to use that application? You should not, right? Right. Disable the application. If your application allow, then only we can able to make it as a disabled. Okay. Recover system apps. This is not for your application. Let's leave it. Auto launch. So if you want to be your application open by restarting the application or restarting the mobile phone, then you can able to make it as auto launch. Special app access. If you have any special permissions, you can able to use it. That is not that much required. So only we are focusing on app manager or app management only. Here is our main focus with respect to your application. Go with the app management, select your application. Let's practice all enable and disable options associated with your application. Right? How many we created so far? Everyone is able to understand this 22? Can we able to write 22 test cases without having the requirement? Without having your requirement, can you able to write 22 test cases? What it is called as? Exploratory testing. If they mention in the requirement, it is a planned testing. If he is not able to mention the requirement, all these settings, then we need to conduct a testing as exploratory. But it is important or not with respect to customer prospect too. So that is the reason mobile testing is very dangerous, very hard compared to the web application testing. Why? Because we have external influences in the mobile apps testing. What do you mean by external influences? All settings impacting. Am I right or not? So that is the reason mobile apps testing is a bit dangerous than web application testing. And if it is not working as expected, customer will write a review immediately to your application. Am I right or not? Right. Next one. So first we need to receive the mobile application build. Am I right? This build may be APK file or not? Is it true or not? Right. Once we received APK file, what is the next step? What is the next step? If we receive the build from developer, what is our next step? Smoke testing. To conduct smoke testing, what is the prerequisite here? Installation. What we can call it as installation. Installing the latest APK file is the step 1 in your testing. How to download? We will share the URL. Let me show you that. This is the sample distribution link Okay, for our mobile apps. How my developer will share the APK file through this URL. Enter the URL. It is downloading. It is downloading the APK file. So how I'm able to get the build? Through the distribution channel. What is the distribution channel? Our company have our internal link, Google Drive. Okay, so through email services, through the shared link, shared path, whatever the media it is, you can able to download the APK file. My developer provide a link or URL to me. By using that URL, I can able to download the link. This is an important interview question in the mobile apps testing. Right? This is an important interview question in mobile apps testing. How do you receive mobile application build from developer? We will receive APK file from developer through a shared URL or distribution channel. What is the distribution channel? So we'll receive a URL. So we are using SharePoint, we are using Google Drive, we are using some other drive, whatever it is. So developer is providing the URL like this. So you can able to download the APK file. Right? So let me show you different versions of APK files exist in our system. See this version 17.9.0, 17.9.0, and this is 17.11.0. This is 18.0.41. So different versions we have, right? So every 2 weeks we have a new sprint, right? Every sprint we have a APK file. You got my point? So different versions. Why version number is important? Which version you installed? Without knowing that version number, can you able to crack it out? No. So how many versions we have? We have 17, we have 18. So 17 in this release version, call it as main release number. Main release number or main version number. The other two things, .9.0, minor version number. What we can call it as? Minor version number. Major version number, minor version number. So this is 18. What is the major version number? 18. This is 17 is major version number. For sprint 7, we are using 17 is the major version. If sprint 18, 18 is the major version. What about the side numbers? 0.41. How many builds they are providing in this particular sprint? Okay, Monday they are providing build 1. Monday afternoon they are providing another build, build 2. By Friday they are providing 20 builds. 20 needs to have version numbers, right? Those are called minor version numbers. Major version number, minor version number. Identify that what exactly the build is, where exactly we are creating the build. So once this build is available with you, we need to click on that particular application. So what is it stating that? You want to update? Upgrade testing. What exactly it is? Upgrade testing. I already have a older version of the application already installed into my mobile. Older version is already installed into my mobile. What are you supposed to do? Update. It is not a fresh installation, right? If this app is uninstalled and you are installing freshly, then we can call it as installation testing. If already older version exists, now you are trying to install the latest version. That is called update. This is update testing, right? So update testing is covered. Installation testing is covered. Non-functional areas with respect to settings are covered. App not installed as package appears to be invalid. Can you able to conduct smoke testing? Can you able to conduct sanity testing? Can you able to conduct retesting? Can you able to conduct regression testing? So this is what smoke testing is useful to us. Without starting our basic testing, we identified that it is an invalid build. Can we able to accept invalid builds? Is it useful to us? We are failed to install. Without installing the application, how do you test? We created 23 scenarios. I want to test on this application, but my developer build is got failed. What we are supposed to do? It may be work for fresh installation. Let me do that. Let me upgrade failed, right? Let me save this setting, this particular thing. So what we are supposed to do? Go with the settings, app management. Do we have the Kijiji application? Yes. Which version it is? 17.11.0. Let me uninstall. Let me uninstall. Uninstallation testing. It was uninstalled. We don't have any application installed, right? Now go with the same and click on. This time what you are seeing? Why it is not displaying upgrade? No application version is installed in your application and in your mobile phone. Successfully installed. Click on open. Do conduct smoke testing. Now do conduct smoke testing. In the previous condition, build is itself failed. Can we able to conduct testing? That is what we are supposed to understand between smoke and sanity. Why smoke? Can we kickstart our application testing or not? Without kickstarting application testing, what do you do in the retesting and regression testing or sanity testing? So smoke testing is useful or not in this situation? Okay, let me close this application. I am trying to install same application again. What it is trying? Try again my luck. This time, how do you reproduce the previous bug? Previously, you are able to see the bug, right? After updating, what it is mentioning? Error. Now, excellent. Intermittent issues. What we can call it as intermittent issues. Okay, or one-time issues. These may not be frequent, but these are the disturbing customer flow. Got it? Intermittent issues are not reproducible bugs. If you allocate previous bug to the developer, provide the same steps, will he be able to reproduce? Did you reproduce that application? No, right? So let me try once again. I'm trying multiple ways. No luck. No luck. Again, come back to the app management. Search for your application. How to uninstall? Sometimes uninstall itself failed. Sometimes uninstall itself failed. What you will do? Raise a bug. Right? Sometimes installation itself failed. Raise a bug. Sometimes update itself failed. Previously we have got that particular bug, right? So try to simulate that application functionality or bug once again. Okay, by following the same steps. Why not reproducible bugs available on your bug life cycle? Because previously update is failed, right? Again, it was working fine. but customer is having a previous problem. Who will responsible? Do we need to log those bugs or not? We can make it as a intermittent issues or not reproducible bugs. I have a video, I have a screenshot, I have a log files, but I could not able to reproduce it. I don't know what exactly going wrong. That is called not reproducible bugs. In the real time, mobile apps have those kind of issues very frequently. Very frequently. One time it is comes to the picture, one time it will not. What do you decide? Is it working fine? Is the update working fine? Can you trust 100%? Why? Because previously it failed, right? So repeatedly do the same thing to make this application issue reproducible. Do we need to have attention to details? Without that, can we able to reproduce? In the live only we are getting the issue right. How to reproduce that? That is a challenging point in the testing live. There is only a challenging point to recreate the problem which is encountered previous day or on the same day on the previous version. That is the most challenging job in software testing. Any questions so far? So we are adding few more steps here. Okay, how to everyone is familiar? How many scenarios we learned today? 25. Sufficient? Still you have some, what we can say, space in your brain to accommodate new scenarios? Yes, no, nothing? FIFO, first in, first out. Okay, whatever you are understanding first, it will be go away. Are we in that situation or it's good to go? Good to go. Okay. So let's revise 25 scenarios once again and note down these things in your notebook. Open your notebooks. Note down these scenarios. If you already note down, well appreciated. Tomorrow we are focusing on Android Studio and a project. Physical device. No, it is not from Sauce Labs. It is from my mobile. We have a Let's View application. So that's a different story. I am using third-party applications to display your phone. This is the application, third-party application. I am taking the help of this application to display my phone. We are not using Sauce Lab. It is physically available with me. That's the reason I'm playing with it. In the morning session, we use the Sauce Lab device. It is not that much quick, right? So that's the reason we are using our physical device. So we practice our cloud devices, real devices. So we need to work with Android Studio and we can able to launch the virtual devices. Right? So we have ADB commands, 5 commands to understand. Okay. So one application to conduct the testing with 25 possible scenarios. That's it. That is the activity of tomorrow. Okay. I don't want to inject something more. Let's revise the content which we discussed so far. First point, open the application from settings, apps, app manager, select your app, tap on open. So this is kind of dig down more into steps. So by tomorrow morning, you need to create 25 test cases in the Jira or Excel sheet, whatever you want to do. You can able to create these test cases. Let's take an example of Flipkart, Amazon, okay, Ola, Swiggy, whatever you want. Use it with all these settings, enable and disable, play with it. Your mobile will not be disturbed. I am the guaranteed person for that. So by doing all these activities, your mobile will not be damaged. You can feel free to play. right? So if something is went wrong, bring it to my notice. We can able to fix it. Next, second one. Note down these points, sir. Even though you are familiar, for my sake, note down, not for your sake. Please note down these points for your tomorrow's project. So YouTube audience, so please subscribe for tomorrow's session and click on bell icon, select all, so that you can able to get the tomorrow's link. Okay, note down the second point. I'm sure even I have 10 years of experience in the mobile application testing. So without considering the mobile screens, I can't able to recollect all these things. And we have a master checklist tomorrow. We can discuss 100 scenarios. We have another checklist like this. As a conclusion of tomorrow's evening, we can discuss about that. So total we have 100 more scenarios you need to inject your brain. That is the end of the story. 25 today plus 75 tomorrow. Right? So if you are able to explain 100 scenarios to your mobile interviewer, job is yours, undoubtedly. Right? We have 5 sections and 100 scenarios. Tomorrow morning I post to you. We have lunch hour as well to discuss on these scenarios. So it's very simple. Whatever we discuss 10 testing types. From that we derived some test scenarios which is utilized to your future project. Third one. Is it easy or difficult? Theory wise, mobile app testing is very easy. But doing the work, we have so much of difficulties. The issue may come once, again it may not be coming into your picture. What do you need to do? That is a challenging position. Which setting is impacting? That we need to highlight. Right? Go with the fourth one. Fifth one. Sixth one. At least if you are not able to write, at least read once. If you are able to trace out all these settings in your mobile phone tonight, tomorrow's session will be cakewalk. If you simply take rest, blindly coming for the tomorrow session, again you need to recall in the morning session, which is a difficult stuff to you. Right? Next one, allow banner notification for your application. Verify logo is correctly displayed on application management screen. Verify name of the application. Verify the app version. So we have 3 versions in Kijiji. Which version you worked on? Without knowing the version number, can we be able to identify? So that is the version number importance. Disallowing the location services, how your application is working on. Try with Ola services. Try with Swiggy services. How your app is working on. Allowing the location services. Force stop. Disallow Wi-Fi. Disable mobile network. Enable mobile network. Enable Wi-Fi. There is not at all a new things here, right? Everything is on your mobile phone only. Clear the cache. Clear the data. Check open links by default, enable or not. Disable the application, try to use the application. How to install the application. How to upgrade the application. how to uninstall the application. There are 25 scenarios. Make a note of 25 scenarios. Practice at one application. So I'll share one application with along with one requirement. Okay. Right. So thanks for your time. So we'll connect back tomorrow. So tomorrow you may come at 10 o'clock offline here, or if you're feeling as a Sunday, connect through YouTube. We are launching this video from YouTube live channel, available at live channel. You can able to access through YouTube. We are arranging offline classes as well. So if someone is feeling it as Sunday, then go and attend YouTube live session. It's up to you. It's not a mandatory to come down here. So you can take an option. Okay. But if you want to attend manual testing interview in next week or next 15 days, it is mandatory. So we have 3 to 4 companies in pipeline for mobile apps plus web application testing, 2.5 years to 4 years. If really interested, come down tomorrow as well. If not, you do not require a job, take it as an optional, enjoy your Sunday. Huh? Clear ga undi kada? Right. Right. Thank you guys. Again, we can connect back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Either it is offline or online. Andariki pampistaru. So YouTube guys, you can able to get the description link. So with all the materials, we have shared a link. So in the description, you can able to download through that link. Thank you guys. Yeah, thanks for your feedback online guys. So